Good morning, welcome to CATEX-TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. This is a live broadcast from Princeton, New Jersey. Today is Wednesday, May 19th, 2010. It's 11:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time in the U.S. It's 4:30 p.m. in London. In Hamilton, Bermuda, it's 12:30 p.m. If you need to reach us during the broadcast, you can phone us toll-free at 1-866-67-CATEX. Overseas, our AOL instant mail address is CATEX-TV. We will not be breaking for a commercial. We're going to be going straight through. After the broadcast, we're leaving Princeton, New Jersey, and heading to Rumson, New Jersey, for the funeral of Bill Riker, our friend who passed away over the weekend. We'll go to our main news. The main news begins with Thailand. Downtown Bangkok is turning into a flaming battleground as we speak. An army assault toppled the anti-government group of red shirts, ending up enraging their followers, who set numerous fires that cloaked the skyline. The army, using live ammunition, dispersed thousands of the protesters. 4 protesters and an Italian journalist were killed. At least 60 were wounded. After the red shirt leaders gave themselves up to the police, other members of their group set fires to the stock exchange, several banks, the headquarters of the Metropolitan Electrical Authority, and one of Asia's biggest shopping malls, the Central World. They also burned a movie theater to the ground. Firefighters retreated after protesters shot guns at them. This obviously is not only dealing a substantial blow to tourism, but also to the economy of a very key U.S. ally in the region, and a country long considered one of the more stable countries in Southeast Asia. Lord Levine is in Shanghai. He announced that Lloyd's has received regulatory approval to conduct direct property insurance business in China. He told reporters that China's rapidly expanding economy, which has been driven by a boom in real estate, would provide potential for growth. Quote, "Look at all the construction going on. It's such a big opportunity." Levine also said he hoped Asia would account for 15% of Lloyd's global business within a decade. Currently accounts for 7% now. Lloyd's has already obtained approval for reinsurance business in China. It's expecting that the insurance business will grow to an even bigger level than the reinsurance business. Yesterday there was news about the tar balls that had been recovered along beaches in Florida. Those tar balls have been sent to a Coast Guard laboratory in Connecticut. They have come back indicating that they are not from the Deepwater Horizon oil spill. They're from elsewhere. However, people such as the European Space Agency, observing the spill from space, indicate that the oil spill has now entered the loop current. The loop current is that powerful conveyor belt that flows clockwise around the Gulf toward Florida. The concern now is centered on the Florida Keys, where authorities are preparing for the impact from the Gulf spill. It's even thought that the powerful ocean flow could bring the oil around the Florida Keys and possibly even to the beaches in Miami. The spill is obviously still ongoing. BP has mitigated it to the point where they claim to have been able to have knocked off 20% of the flow. They're still working on it. Chaucer has indicated from London that they think energy rates are hardening as a result of the Deepwater Horizon loss. They also say that aviation rates are hardening as well because of heavy losses in 2009. Chaucer is also writing more financial institutions risk after market conditions improved following the recent global economic upheaval. Chaucer's gross written premiums for Q1 were about £250 million, or about 360 million US. That's down from £258 million in the same period last year. Most of the decline is attributed to a significant fall-off in marine business, which went from £62 million down to £49 million. Chaucer is still holding to their loss estimate for Syndicate 1084's exposure to the Deepwater Horizon rig. They've got that pegged at 25 million US. The combined loss estimate now for 1084, as a result of the natural catastrophes earlier in the year, is also unchanged at £25 million. Finally, Chaucer noted that it had no exposure to sovereign debt issued by Greece, Spain, Portugal, or Italy. Well, news from Tallahassee. The Florida Hurricane Catastrophe Fund has pronounced itself healthy as it's heading into the 2010 storm season. An advisory council to the fund reported yesterday that it has enough cash and bonding ability to pay off more than $25 billion in losses if necessary. A financial advisor to the fund said Florida could withstand $17 billion in storm losses without having to seek additional bonding. The advisor said that the state has $6 billion in cash reserves, $3.5 billion in pre-event bonding, and $7.1 billion in required private insurer contributions. The bonds that are issued by the fund are paid back by assessing insurance policyholders in Florida. The stock market is up right now. Actually, it's down right now about 68 points. This is after a loss yesterday. We'll continue. Some news affecting this man, perhaps. The United States reached agreement yesterday with Russia and China and other major powers on a draft UN Security Council resolution that would expand and stiffen sanctions on Iran for its failure to abandon its nuclear policy. Moreover, financial institutions that establish, quote, reasonable grounds to believe Iranian banks or other firms are evading sanctions are called upon to block any financial transactions, including the issuance of insurance or reinsurance relating to banned activities. Countries are obligated to require their nationals, i.e. companies, to exercise vigilance in business dealings with Iranian firms. I'm sure that Commissioner Steve Poizner in Sacramento out in California is interested in this. There's a big cyclone coming up on the east coast of India. It's called Cyclone Layla. Here's a picture from the Joint Naval Task Force on Tropical Storms. You can see it's really going to pack a wallop. The biggest energy producer in India, Reliance Industries, has halted all of its crude oil output in the Bay of Bengal as the storm is hitting it. The cyclone is also threatening refineries and the offshore operations of the UK company Cairn. The Indian Meteorological Office is forecasting extremely heavy rains in the state of Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, with wind speeds reaching about 160 kilometers per hour. That's pretty darn close to 100 miles per hour. There's heavy flooding in south-central Poland. However, the power grid is remaining stable at the moment. 3 generators, however, have been put offline at the 1,800 megawatt Electronia Polaniak plant that's owned by France's Suez company. That plant is located on the bank of the Vistula River, which burst its banks after several days of rain. A bigger power plant called Electronia Koznici, located further north on the Vistula and supplying electricity for Warsaw, will face swollen waters later tomorrow or Friday. There was a big earthquake in Peru. It was a 6.0. If you look at the location of it here, it's approximately 775 kilometers north of Quito. It's pretty much out in the jungle. It hasn't caused any reportable damage yet. And finally, Germany made a move last night that is actually being considered by a number of people, including the New York Insurance Department, the Commodities Future Trading Corporation, the Securities and Exchange Commission, the United States Congress, and the Obama administration. Germany made the move, and everybody said, woe is me. It's horrible. It's a sign of lack of confidence in the euro. Very bad. The euro, of course, plunged in response. Germany banned naked short selling on Eurozone government debt traded on German exchanges. They also banned uncovered credit default swaps on Eurozone government debt, and the same on Germany's 10 most important financial sector stocks, including Allianz, Generali Deutschland, Hannover Re, and Munich Re. The German financial regulator BaFin said the move was necessary because of, quote, exceptional volatility, warning that large-scale short selling might have endangered the stability of the entire financial system. The ban is effective until the end of March next year. Now let's think this through. What did they do? They banned naked short selling, naked swaps. In other words, people who do not own the security. People who call one another up and say, what do you think about the prospects of the euro, or what do you think about the prospects of Munich Re? Let's make a bet. By March 30th of next